Mediation is a process that seeks agreement between the parties involved in a dispute. There are two steps involved. The first is the preliminary conference, where the parties attend separately and are welcome to bring a support person with them, followed by a mediation conference with both parties present.
The preliminary conferences are conducted to give both parties the opportunity to speak freely and confidentially with the mediator, and for the mediator to explore the feasibility of continuing through to the mediation conference.
It also gives the participants an opportunity to discuss what outcomes they are seeking and allows the mediator to assess how realistic are their expectations.
The mediation is not an investigation. The key words in any mediation process is collaborative, consensus and future focus, which means both parties need to agree.
And very importantly, whatever is said during the mediation process stays at mediation. The process is subject to confidentiality, and generally the outcome is a written, mutually agreed mediation agreement.
The mediator explores all possibilities with a view to assisting the parties to find a solution. Mediators do not represent one party over the other. We are neutral and our sole aim is an agreed outcome. The mediations are also conducted in our office, thereby removing any risk of rumour in the workplace or one party having a home ground advantage.
We don't tell the parties what the outcome is, they tell us, and we can't impose a decision on either party. At MERS, we have mediators who are qualified and nationally accredited with extensive experience in industrial relations and human resource management, who are well conversant with allegations of inappropriate behaviour.
All involved parties, including the mediator, sign a confidentiality agreement. So what is said in mediation stays in mediation. These safeguards mean that you can be as open and as honest as you wish during the mediation process, because nothing you say can be used against you.
You can bring along a support person to the pre-mediation conference so you don't feel alone and intimidated, and there is nothing in the process that you would find difficult to follow. Helping people return to work quickly and safely is what we're all about at MERS, because we know the best possible result is getting on with your life in a meaningful way, both in your working and personal life. Again and again, people who have attended mediation have told us they are very comfortable with the process and would gladly subject themselves to it should it be necessary. It works on restoring relationships rather than severing them. Now, what's said in mediation is designed to achieve a lasting result for the parties. Mediation is a process designed to be an early intervention strategy for the purpose of assisting employees to return to work as soon as possible in a supportive environment.
In workplace conflict, and in particular workers' compensation matters, it enables the participants to put in place some agreed principles and processes and to encourage a durable return to work in a better working environment. This is particularly so when there are allegations of bullying or harassment, which inhibits an employee from attending work.
Mediation is a forward-looking process, enabling the participants to explore mutually acceptable workplace practices to make an environment safe for an aggrieved employee returning to a safe and supportive workplace.
Essentially, it's a good faith voluntary process whereby both parties rely on the skill and experience of a mediator and the good faith of both parties to reach an agreement which is future focused and satisfies both parties.
Once a mediated settlement has been reached and both parties sign off on it, then it becomes an agreement between the parties. The process is simple. First, establish what the problem is, why the parties are in conflict.
We're often asked what sort of people use mediation. Well, perfectly ordinary people who need help resolving conflict. People seek us out because they are having difficulty with a colleague, supervisor or manager and are finding it uncomfortable to be at work. And they choose us at MERS specifically because of our experience in matters industrial or human resources or workers' compensation. And yes, we are accredited and qualified. So how are mediation services arranged? Workplaces may already have a grievance settling process. Employees can consult their human resources department or speak with their manager or supervisor or the nominated person at the workplace. Alternatively, an employee may raise their concerns with their treating GP, psychologist, psychiatrist, union official or a solicitor who can request MERS provide mediation services. In the case of a workers' compensation claim, the best person to make such requests are the treating GP, psychologist, case manager or rehabilitation consultant. The idea is to alert the proper authority in the workplace to the impending problem. A proactive approach is a good early interventional strategy available for both employer and employees. The employees and employers have a duty of care towards each other, and once they have become aware of a potential problem, it is in all parties' interests to find a resolution. We at MERS are becoming a service of first step rather than last resort. Where there are problems, we work with the parties, including the GPs, the psychiatrist, the case manager and the rehabilitation providers to help find a resolution. And isn't that what you want? Problem solved.